I felt like an idiot. I was sure at that point that I had been pranked. My friends would come out and just all laugh at me. But then, here I was in my mid-20s, and I still sucked. At that time, I had been playing for about 10 years, and I was playing the same exact way I had been playing after 6 months of guitar. The eternal beginner. It was bad. It was really bad. Now it's weird because things didn't start that way. I started playing guitar when I was 15 years old, 1994. And at first, once I passed the painful stage of building your calluses, I progressed fairly fast. See, there was a group of us in high school that started playing guitar together, and we would exchange licks, songs, info, intel. It was really cool. It was a great time to learn guitar, and we all progressed really quickly on the instrument. We would encourage ourselves, show the new discoveries. It was a great time. But here I was 10 years after, and the way I was playing was not representative of someone who had been playing for 10 years. See, I've always wanted to be a great musician, someone who could tell stories with my guitar, express myself with my instrument, but I just had no idea how to do that. I knew some songs, I could play a few things decently, but when it came time to improvise or make my own music, I was completely stuck. I had no idea how to go about that. Now, it's not because I wasn't dedicated. At the time, I would practice hours upon hours every single day. I would absorb anything I could having to do with guitar. I would read all the magazines. I would learn the licks, the lessons. I also study all those VHS tapes at the time. I remember swapping them with my buddies. I remember learning about all these technical licks with Richie Kotzen's rock chops. I got my alternate picking chops up with Paul Gilbert's instructional videos. I ran those so much that they just didn't run anymore. I also learned tons of scale positions, going up, down. All of that stuff was part of my everyday practice sessions. And I even spent my Saturday afternoons at the local library reading theory books. So yeah, I was pretty dedicated, but I couldn't play. But then something happened. The Wallman household got connected to the internet. Now, I thought that that was going to fix all my problems. I was finally going to discover that missing piece that would connect all these pieces of knowledge that I had acquired through the years, and finally be able to apply all of that and become the great musician that I dreamed of being. Actually, the internet did the complete opposite for me. If I was confused before the internet, once we got it, I was completely lost. There was so much out there that I didn't know, and I wanted to know it all. So I would read all about these new things: harmonic minor, melodic minor, the cage system, sweeping, tapping, all those things that I had no clue about. I thought I needed to learn all of them, and that got so difficult and discouraging. So I started looking for shortcuts, cheats, hacks. I had become a guitar knowledge junkie, willing to do anything to finally understand how to play guitar. And on July 7th, 2004, I had had enough, and I quit guitar. See, I don't talk about this much. It's still a little blurry. I was 27 years old, and that day, two things happened at once. I was putting my guitar down in its case for the very last time when the phone rang. I thought it was Richard telling me all about the new open jam night at the Scat Club. I was gonna have to tell him that I decided that I was done with guitar. So I picked up the phone. It wasn't Richard.
Hey man, we need to talk. Meet me tomorrow at noon at the Crossroads. Don't be late. Bring sandwiches.
And that was so weird. I thought it was a prank. Then I thought, why not? I still remember the drive there. It was quiet. I mean, all I could think about were the stories about the famous Crossroads. You know, Robert Johnson, terrible musician, going through the Crossroads, making a deal with the devil and coming back and playing the blues like no one had ever heard before. Is that what was going on here? I didn't want anything to do with that, yet I felt compelled to just go to the Crossroads and see what would happen. I got there at 11:55. No one was there yet. I got out of my car and walked to the center of the Crossroads. I felt like an idiot. I was sure at that point that I had been pranked. My friends would come out and just all laugh at me. But then I saw the silhouette of what looked like a man walking towards me. He never told me his name, but he stood right there, staring at me, almost as if he was looking in my soul. He didn't say anything, but he handed me this envelope. I opened the envelope, and in it, I saw something that would change the course of my playing forever. Now, this is where it gets weird. The man explained to me telepathically, with his mind, what I was seeing on that paper. And I understood that these columns represented the type of notes that are available in music. And somehow I realized that these 7 different types of notes corresponded to the 7 primary feelings you can get when you're listening to music. Now that's all I got from that meeting with the mysterious man. I came back home, went to bed, and the next day I woke up thinking that, oh my gosh, I probably had a couple too many beers the previous night. But then I saw on my bedstand the envelope. I opened it and I realized what I held in my hand was the missing piece that would help me understand all those things that just didn't make sense for all these years. I was holding the key that would allow me to become the great musician I've always wanted to be. And it made a massive difference in my playing. Now, fair warning, I'm not saying that I'm the greatest musician in the world. Far from it. However, that document helped me play what I've always wanted to play. And one of the biggest things I learned from it was that I was chasing something that was not attainable, because greatness in music doesn't come from studying all the other players. It comes from within. Click here to join me in a free workshop that will help you understand the document and really unlock your musicality. It's free. I'll meet you right there.